guys, Travis Daggett, Forefront Enterprises. Just want to go through one of the most important things when you're real estate investing, whether you're wholesaling or you're fix and flipping, and that is the ARV, the after repaired value, or the eventual selling price of the property. So we're going to pull some comps. Now, the best way that I've found, and you may have other ways that you like better, but the best way I've found without access to the MLS is Redfin. It's free. And this is the home page here. I clicked on what is my home worth, and I'm just going to enter an address here. And actually, let me back this out. So I added these already. So it's going to give a couple of properties. So first of all, they give you the 172. So right off the bat, you can tell if you're even in the ballpark of what you think you can get this property for. If you think you can get the property for 150, you're not even really where you need to be at all. If you think you need the property for 100, okay, so maybe there's a deal. So whatever ratio or percentage or formula you have for where you want to buy, just make sure that you're somewhere in that ballpark. So if it's 65 or 70%, make sure that you're in that range. You can just tell real quick right there. Now, to get that 172, they've went ahead and grabbed a couple of properties, a couple of sold properties, because we don't really care about what's listed. We want what's sold. So you can see here a few things: the address, the price it sold for, the month it sold for. This was March, about 6 months ago. So that's important. We don't want to look more than 6 months back. The market can change too much in more than 6 months' time. Here's the distance to our property, so it looks pretty close. That's good. And then the baths. Now we want to be within one bath of our subject property. So ours is 2, so we're fine with 3. In other words, between 1 and 3 beds, we'd be fine. Baths is 2. Our subject property is 2.5. Again, we want to be within 1, so anywhere from 1.5 to 3.5 baths. And square footage, our subject is 1128, so we want to be within 500 square feet. So 628, if you could find any place that small, up to 1628 would be our range. And so this one is within the range there. If we click on this, this will just give us a little bit more. Of course, you always look at pictures. When was it built? 1977. Specific date it was sold, and on the map here we can look and make sure it's in the same area, and it is. So that looks like a good comp, built in 77. So that's good. Now we want to be within 10 years of our property. I'm going to look in this one. So our subject property is built in 77, so that's good. So we're within 10 years there with this comp, this first comp here. So that's good. Now if we look at the next one, again, we're within our range of bed and bath and square footage. When it was sold, that's good. Let's go and look here. Built in 75, great. We're within 10 years. Same area, judging on the map. Looks good. So let's go down. Eventually, we want to pull at least 10 comps to get a good picture of it. But Redfin allows us to pull 5 at a time. So let's go grab 3 more here. Let's grab this one. Built in 78. We're good there. Map looks good. Nice looking house. Okay, that looks good. We'll go ahead and add that. Arbor. Looks like it fits and when it was sold. It's 11 years newer. Let's not use that. Ours is 77, so let's go ahead and X that. so it doesn't pop up again. This looks like a possibility. Let's go in here, 77, July, sold, on the map, same area. Great. Let's add this. How many is that? Okay, we got room for one more. You can tell there's a lot of them in this area. Looks like it might be a hot area, which is a good place to get a deal, right? Same year, sold in May, and same area. Great. So let's add this. Perfect. So now we have our 5 comps. So we can click on View Summary here. And here's a nice map. Shows you where the subject property is and the other one's relative to it. So you can kind of make sure you're in the same area. Now, here's where we want to look more specifically. And we see here, they're just averaging the sale price and the dollars per square foot. So, an average sale date. Let's take 145 square feet. I'm going to pull my calculator real quick. 145 square feet, or dollars per square foot, times 1,128 square feet, which is our property. So that gives us 163,000 and change. 163,560. We'll just call it 163. Okay. So that means based on the comps, we want to be more specific. We're saying ours is going to be worth about 163. Now, to get even more specific, we want to look at each property and whether our property is better or worse than each property. So we can know if we need to adjust the price up, or if we could even adjust it, or if we need to adjust it down, or if we could even adjust it up. So let's start here with this 3966 Josh. It's our property is worse on the beds. It's better on the bath, so that's a wash. We're better on the square footage, so we're up 1. And same on the year. So we'll say we're up 1 so far. Kind of like a game, we're keeping score. Let's take the next one. Our property is worse on the bed, better on the bath. I'm suspicious on this 2.5, but 2 bed, 2.5 bath. But just as an exercise, we'll use this. So we're at a wash there. It's a little bit smaller, same year. So we'll call that a -1. Then on mist, we're worse there, we're better there, worse there, and better there. So that's a wash too. Let's go look at the last 2. This Josh here, we're worse, we're better, we're worse, we're the same. So that's a -1. And then the last one, boy, they did a great job of that yard. That picture looks great. We're worse, we're better, we're worse, we're worse. So we'll call that a -2. So we'll total that up. And again, you'd want to do this for at least 10, but so far we're a -3. So then we go back to our 145 times 1128, which is 163. We say, okay, we're kind of 3 notches down from the competition, so I don't think really 163 is accurate. So, maybe we'll say 140. Maybe a price that we believe we can sell it for quickly is 140. So we'll give ourselves an ARV of 140. So now we have a much more accurate eventual selling price that we can work with, and we can figure out everything else based on that. Very important that we have that accurately. So guys, I hope that helps on how to determine the ARV, or the eventual selling price of a property. Very important whether you're wholesaling, whether you're fix and flipping. Hope this was helpful. If it was, please give us a thumbs up here on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel so you get updated when we post more instructional videos. If you go to our Facebook page, you can like us there and get notified of updates. And of course, you can subscribe to our blog too and get updates and articles there. All right, thanks. See you next time.